So Transformers Rise of the Beasts was actually really good and one of the best Transformers movies I've seen in a while. The action, the story, the characters, like everything was really good. And you're interested in like the human character's story. His story is very interesting. It's well written. The dialogue is also really good. And the human character Noah and like Optimus' stories like intersect. You can see like they're alike in a way. Like they both want to like do what's right for like their family pretty much, and I love that way that is well written. And the human character like Noah actually does something in this movie. He helps the Transformers out. He actually fights. He actually like interacts. He actually is like proactive in like the story, which is really good. And the Transformers easily like the best designs like out of all like the live action movies. And I love Optimus's design here more than I did in like the original Transformers movies. Is better design. Like all the rest of like the Transformers and stuff like that are really good. Like they're designed really well. I love the designs. They're really fantastically done. And also like the bad guys too, they're also fantastically designed. The design of Scourge is like really top notch. It's top notch, easily really good. And the final battle between like Optimus and Scourge, easily like fantastic. I love that. And like Reed just like goes up like easily like, does it like the spin around like in the last fight like between him and Scourge and just plucks him right out of there. I'm like, dang! Like Optimus kicked his ass. Optimus kicked Scourge's ass pretty much. And I just love that easily, man. This movie is just fantastic. Like definitely go see it. It's a really fantastic movie. You have a fun time with the action and like the story and everything like that, and you're actually like invested in the characters. So yeah, Transformers Rise of the Beast easily gets a 9 out of 10. The Blackening is easily one of the best horror comedies. It is so hilarious. It takes all the horror movie tropes and then flips them on its head. The dialogue, the comedy, everything is on point. It's witty. I absolutely love this movie. It's fantastic. All the characters are well written. They're funny. They're hilarious. Yeah, definitely go see The Blackening. Definitely go see it. It reminds me a lot of like Scary Movie 1 with that like level of comedy and level of wit, stuff like that. It reminds me of Scary Movie 1. It does. So yeah, definitely check out The Blackening. It's a really good time. You'll laugh your head off. Definitely. And you'll enjoy the characters as well. So easily this movie is a 9 out of 10. So, Little Mermaid. It's a good movie, but it has its flaws. So, let me talk about the flaws really quick. They could have touched up the color a little bit more in this movie. This feels very gray, very dull. You know, the original was such a bright, like colorful, fun movie. Like they in live action, they just could have like touched it up with a little bit more color and stuff like that. It made it not look so great and dull. In the final battle, when Eric and Ariel are battling Ursula, you can't see anything. They could have touched it up, like I said, with a little more lights. You could see Ursula. In the original, you could see Ursula like when Ariel and Eric are battling her. You could see her just fine. But in this one, you can't see a freaking thing. It's like a big old dark cloud over. Like just put some color there. Like touch it up, you know? Like put it there. The design of Flounder. My gosh, what did they do to Flounder? It looks like he's dead. Like he's half dead, man. The voice doesn't match at all with what the design looks like at all. It does not. It just looks lifeless, like to be honest. They should have went with a different design or like took inspiration from the animated version and transferred it into live action, to be honest. Like you could have done it. Put a little bit more effort, guys. And I feel like the King Triton was miscast. In the original, King Triton was harsh, but he was fair. And like when he destroyed Ariel's stuff in the original, he felt bad. He's like, what did I do? But in this one, in the live action, when King Triton destroys his stuff, he just downright a dick about it. Like for no reason at all whatsoever. And like he's given no reason to be a dick. No reason. He just is throughout the whole movie. Like he's a big old like stick in the mud. Like he's a killjoy for most of the movie. And I felt like Javier Bardem, he's a good actor, but he was miscast in his role pretty much. He was completely miscast. They could have gotten a different actor for this. Okay, those are my gripes out of the way. Now the things that I enjoyed about this movie. Halle Bailey, fantastic as Ariel. She killed it. All the songs, all the scenes, she killed it. She was excellent in this movie. I loved her in this movie. Fantastic. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. Nailed it. just as spot on as the original. She stole the show. She was fantastic. I loved it. Just amazing. Perfect casting. Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy were perfect casting for Ariel and Ursula. Amazing. And the prince. I love that they gave him a little bit more personality and there's a little more like things to do instead of just being a pretty face. And I love the casting for this. I really do. Casting was spot on, and I love that they gave him a little more to do in this movie. So overall, this movie gets like at least like a 7 out of 10. It's perfect, like I said, but it has some flaws. But it's still a really good movie, and it's still really good, like a live action adaptation, in my opinion. Guardians 3, a fantastic movie. The story, the emotion, the characters, it is just fantastic. It's one heck of a movie. This is what a Marvel movie should be in terms of story, in terms of like emotion, in terms of like character development, in terms of everything. This is what a Marvel movie should be. This is like the blueprint example of what a Marvel movie should be. Take notes, and man, this is what a Marvel movie should be. I just enjoyed this movie from start to finish. It was so good. I cried in this movie so much because of Rocket's backstory. It was just so emotional. It had me crying like a baby in the theater. It was just so good. And like the character development of Rocket and Nebula was really good. From Guardians 1 till now, the character growth is really good and it has developed very well. Just all around, just a fantastic movie. You haven't seen Guardians 3 yet? I highly suggest you do. It is easily a 9 out of 10.